So do we not speak of the former name at all? Is that just we don't bring that up, or how's that?
I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. Welcome back, everybody. We're live, by the way.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Oh no, that was a perfect introduction. That was a perfect introduction.
Yeah, it was kind of, wasn't it?
Yeah. Welcome back, everyone, to This Week in Bullshit. My name is proper Jeremy. Yes, finally got my name back. Very happy about that. And I think the one person who's probably more excited about it than I am is Sno Dub Music and Entertainment, who is with me today, sort of my co-host. Sno Dub, welcome to the channel. I believe this is your first time on here.
I think so, at least on your channel. I know we've streamed together a couple times, but yeah, I'm glad to be here, man, and happy to talk some bullshit with you.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to talk some bullshit with you as well. And this is where we probably should have age restricted already.
Oh, what's in the title?
Oh no, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's in the title. Like if there wasn't any other indication, there we go. Anyways, let's take a quick look at the chat and see what's going on in there. I know we just went on air, and this is a much earlier time than usual, so that's on me, but I got a very busy day today. I'm heading down to San Diego in a few hours just to say hi to everyone who's down there. San Diego Comic-Con is afoot, and I'm going to be meeting with Jeremy later today, and Jesse Milestone, and maybe Gary, Nerdrotic. So yeah, this is going to be a very exciting day, I must say. And I will, Sno Dub, for this stream, I'm going to make you a mod so you can post links if you want.
Woohoo! I got the wrench.
You got a wrench. You got a one-time only wrench to do that. Use it wisely.
Let's get the power.
Yes, you do. Use it well. We're gonna take a look at the chat here. Miss Sarcastic Nerd is here. Miss, always great to see you. Almost said great and glad. Didn't know exactly which one to say, so it just came out as glad or whatever. Miss, and they're nice to see you. Kermit the Longest here. He says, "Hail everybody. Hi, old Kermit. Nice to see you." Wookiee Lives Matter is here, and yes, Wookiee lives do matter. It's a Trap says, "Hey, what up, peeps? What up, Trap? How you doing today?" All right. Drunk 3PO is here. He's like, "Boom, boom. What is up, Drunk 3PO?" All right. So we're gonna get into some of the topics today. We'll start off first with this story of these undercover Disneyland spies. It's really just one. It's Walt Disney's granddaughter, Abigail Disney, is talking about the livid. She's livid after seeing the working conditions of her family's theme park. And this is from Yahoo News. She did an interview there, and she says that distressed workers told her about foraging for food in other people's garbage in order to make a living, which is just wow. I mean, I don't know how true some of these reports are, but she goes on to say, every single one of these people I talked to were saying, I don't know how I can maintain this face of joy and warmth when I have to go home and forage for food in other people's garbage, which is very tragic. My condolences goes out to anybody who has to live in those kind of conditions, whether it's a Disneyland employee or not. That's always horrible. But she also said, I was so livid when I came out of there because my grandfather taught me to revere these people that take your tickets, that pour your soda, and just standing up for the working man is what she's saying. So she stands up for the working man. Sno Dub, I was just curious. Do you think that, and she also criticizes Bob Iger's CEO, the CEO Bob Iger, his pay as well, definitely with a $65 million a year salary, which is just insane in comparison to everyone else. It's a big company and everything, but Sno Dub, I was wondering what your thoughts were on this story.
Well, that's a heck of a paycheck for Mr. Iger, that's for sure. Most of us could probably live on what, 0.1% of that.
Yeah.
So, but as far as the spy goes, I think that's interesting. Especially since she's a family member, she's got some clout, so she can definitely, push her weight around as far as her social media presence right now, and with all the backdraft that Disneyland's getting with the Toontown fight, the Galaxy's Edge being empty and not enjoying the ride as much and all that stuff, and then the one that really gets me is I watched a documentary, I believe. Oh, I want to say a few months ago, maybe a year ago now, but it was about Disneyland employees and how a bunch of them slept in their cars because they
Yeah.
couldn't afford rent. And with the cost of living in California these days, $20 an hour, is really like $5 an hour, just because everything's so expensive, especially for housing. So
Yeah, no kidding.
I get it, and I back her up 100%. I think these people have to not only put a smile on their face, but actually go into a character of just happiness and nostalgia, and just you know you have to actually step your game up even more than you would like working in just a regular restaurant. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot. Are you doing a wardrobe change again?
Yeah, yeah, just with that, But yeah, I just saw that I was coming up every time I was like touching the keyboard. So yeah, it happens. But carry on.
Yeah, the homeless epidemic on the West Coast, as you probably know, is pretty bad. My hometown, Seattle's hit real hard right now. I've seen it in Portland. LA is real bad, I guess.
What is with the West Coast and just sucking? Like, what is going on? There's only like 3 states, and they're all horrible.
Well, what do they all
Like
have in
there's the
common?
curse, the West Coast curse.
What do they have? What do they all have in common, Robert?
Oh, I wonder. Oh, gee.
Hmm.
Uh, well, we
We
won't
won't go
go.
there, but
We won't go
it's
too
sad.
far into
Yeah,
that. But
right.
let's just say that things were better when our California's greatest governor of all time, once a Hollywood actor, and has since gone on to greater things, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So you thought I was going to say Reagan? Oh no. Oh
The
no!
Terminator.
That's what a lot of people are saying, though. A lot of people miss Arnold Schwarzenegger as our governor. This is where we're at.
Yeah. Well, I don't live in California. I grew up in Washington State, and I got to see a lot of things change in my state. Just in the time that I've been alive, and not for the
Right.
better. So it's sad, but the homeless thing is a trip. If people have to actually sleep in their cars and then wake up the next morning and be all ecstatic and welcome to Disneyland, and I just put my clothes on in my car and I haven't had a shower in 3 days, and
But hey, I got a big old smile on my face.
and please buy this overpriced Disney product.
Which one? All of them. Collect them all now today.
But you can't give me a tip.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's such a trip. It's such a trip. So we got a couple other people in the chat. We got Benula TV. I believe I'm pronouncing your Benula. Isn't that kind of a cool name? Yeah,
It's
I
like Dracula, like Benulia, like Dracula, Benulia.
Benulia. She even says, "I am Benulia."
Yep.
That is so cool. I love your name. It's amazing. Ham Sandwich says, "Who's hungry?" Oh, I'm actually getting kind of hungry right now. Not gonna lie.
I do actually. Oh.
Matthew Schroeder says, "Yay, food foraging, Stone Age." Yep, that's where we live. That's where we are right now. Kermit the Log says, "One man's trash."
Right.
Yeah. Toriel G is here. What's up, Toriel? Look at you. Just probably one of the biggest supporters in the Fandom Menace. Just so awesome. Michael Brent is here. Disney needs to treat their people right. Yeah, I think every company should try to adhere to those standards. That's just me. My favorite. Okay, there's talking to 3PO. Okay, nuts. Oh yeah, Trap says it's pretty bad over here, even in my Southern California town. Yeah, it's It's bad all the way on the West Coast. Force Ghost Jeremy is here saying hello there. The Senate is here. What's up, Senate? Vanilla TV says, I'm in Houston, Texas. A lot of crime here. I don't know if it's as much crime as it is just homelessness, just people trying to get by. That seems like the bigger crime comes with that, but crime comes everywhere. That's unavoidable. You're going to have pretty much every single town. There's going to be some 5-finger discount going on, or somebody is going to get hurt. Accidents are going to happen, but this is just something that is not only preventable, but it's also just such a huge problem. And Christy Miller says, I'm glad I live in Texas and not in California. A lot of people say that. I can't get out of California sooner.
I had to move. I lived in Seattle for over 20 years, and I up and moved to Arizona, and I love my state. We got some of the most lenient gun laws in the entire country. So
in Arizona, nice.
Yeah, you don't have to have a permit to conceal and carry here. So
I'm considering Vegas. Seems like a great place, a lot less expensive, but they have their slush fund is through the casinos, so I think they're pretty well off. Now let's get into another topic that I know I didn't really brief you on this, but it's something that I got a hold of a few days ago that kind of surprised me. Do you remember when that announcement came that Toy Story 2 had edited that scene at the very end, the end credits scene, like the blooper with Stinky Pete? You remember reading about that?
Kinda. It was like a couch scene or something.
Yeah, it was basically Stinky Pete was talking to these Barbie dolls, saying that she could get them roles in Toy Story 3. And then when he realized the cameras were rolling, he's like, oh, wait, there are cameras? Yes, it was a joke, but they went back and re-edited it, if you recall, and they just took it out entirely.
That's sad.
Yep. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about something else. Netflix has done a similar thing with their show 13 Reasons Why. And this is just for a warning that some sensitive subjects are going to come up. So just be aware of that. This show, have you heard of 13 Reasons Why?
No, I know Netflix has some pretty quote unquote woke shows on that platform. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's another one. What is it?
I don't know if this is a woke show necessarily, but it's about the first season. This girl, she takes her own life, and she sends out a bunch of cassette tapes for each person with a chapter and it's supposed to be like the 13 reasons why I took my own life, and that's kind of what the basis is. And the one scene that they cut out was a scene where she actually takes her own life, and they cut that out entirely. Yeah, and I think let me go ahead and bring up the actual quote. They said we've heard from many young people that 13 Reasons Why encourage them to start conversations about difficult issues like depression and suicide and get help, often for the first time. As we prepare to launch season 3 later this summer, we've been mindful about the ongoing debate around the show. So on the advice of medical experts, including Dr. Christy Montier, Chief Medical Officer at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, we've decided with creator Brian Yorkie and the producers of 13 Reasons Why to edit the scene in which Hannah takes her own life from season 1. So pretty much getting rid of it entirely. And
that kind of defeats the purpose of the movie, doesn't it? It's about her suicide, so you kind of need to show, at least why she did it, right?
Well, they show why. They just don't show. They just cut out the scene itself where she takes her own life.
Interesting.
Yeah. They said our creative intent is portraying the ugly, painful reality of suicide in such graphic detail in season 1 was to tell was to tell the truth about the horror of such an act and make sure no one would ever wish to emulate it. No one scene is more important than the life of the show and its message that we must take better care of each other. We believe this edit will help the show do the most good for the most people while mitigating any risk for especially vulnerable young viewers. And I'm conflicted on this, but I would like to know your thoughts about an edit, about this kind of edit, and what it means in a greater context, in your opinion. You know, what is this? What kind of standard does this set for other shows? Thinking about, you know, or other movies, having newer versions, or I guess more because of the Toy Story 2 thing.
Right.
I guess you could say the more woke versions. Do you see this as a risk for, you know, other shows or other movies as well? Where do you see this going?
I see the same with everything else. You know, the more censored they become, the less creative they are. You know, me being a horror movie fan, that's, in my terms, some of the most creative movies out there, because you're getting into your, you know, creatures, monsters, stuff that's all made up. Then you're getting into prosthetics and, you know, special effects, stuff like that. So to cut out certain things just because, you know, some people might be offended or whatever, well, then you're kind of eliminating the purpose of bringing a message with your creativity. At least that's how I look at it. You know, some of my favorite horror movies have some very graphic, you know, horror scenes in them, and you know, a lot of blood and guts. And if you're into that kind of thing and you like those kind of movies, you can appreciate it, you know, because that's what you want to watch the movie for. So it's another one of those sensitive type things, proper, you know, where it's like everybody's too damn sensitive now, and you can't say this and you can't do that, and
You can't have tobacco being shown on any,
smoking,
because it's a bad message to. I mean, it's just more censorship.
Yeah, and it gets back to that point that we're, you know, the Phantom Menace is all about, and it's that we don't want to be told what to do in our entertainment. We want to see, you know, what we ask for, whether it's, you know, good stories or stay true to the material, or you know, like Ariel is a great example of that, or, you know, all these different things that Hollywood manipulates because they feel like, I don't know, like we're all a bunch of kids and we aren't responsible enough to make up our own minds about, you know, like you said, seeing smoking in a show. Oh no, I'm going to see smoking. That's going to make me run out and buy a pack of Marlboro now. I mean,
well, that says more about you than it does.
Right. But now we need Hollywood to preach to us and tell us what to do, and so it's happening on all different fronts. Right, and we see it on all different fronts now, and it just keeps coming at us. You know, it keeps coming at us.
I like how you mentioned, you know, Hollywood, and people, everyone in the comment section, feel free to comment on this. But something that you said that I thought was very interesting is that, you know, Hollywood wants to tell us what to do, and what, you know, have this. It's not news to anyone, but they want to have the moral high ground. Do you know what would happen if we listened to everything that Hollywood told us? That you can survive you can survive driving a car from one skyscraper into another one.
Sure.
Right? That you can that if you get bitten by a spider, you'll get superpowers. Whereas in a lot of cases, you'll just be killed. Or you would be you drown in the ocean trying to look for SpongeBob. I mean, this is the kind of logic that, you know, we're dealing with here. Like these are movies, these are TV shows. Yes, some of them have mature themes and deal with mature issues, but it's not anyone's job to tell you, like, this should be common sense, what is right and what is wrong. And, you know, nobody should have to babysit you and tell you what that is. You know, in a way, I think that really, you know, hurts the arts more than anything. You know, people who are trying to get a message across. What?
Well, I was going to say that's why we have the rating systems in place. You know, we have the PG, the PG-13, the R rating, you know, the not rated. Those things were put in place So, parents could make decisions for children under the age of 17 or whatever. And if you're over the age of 17, you can make your own decisions. And that's what I see a lot more of is we're going to make the decision for you now. We're going to make the decision that you're not going to see smoking in this. We're going to make the decision that, this needs to be this kind of a character. And we're going to make a decision, and it's like you said, if we listen to Hollywood, every dang gun that we own would never run out of ammo.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, they're not. I mean, it's like it's always cocked and loaded.
Stormtroopers would always miss. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, ready to shoot. Like, oh, all right then. I guess that's how guns work.
Exactly.
Guitar strings don't need to be replaced either. Apparently, just expect them to last forever. Silly things like that. By the way, everyone, if you're enjoying this conversation, go ahead and hit that like button. Remember, you are a part of it as well. So if you have a question for me, just tag me or holler at Sno Dub, and I'm sure Sno Dub, you can definitely read out a comment if you like. You ever see something kind of point out? That's awesome.
Okay.
Nigerian Prince Jeremy says the 5-finger discount is my favorite kind of discount. Another fellow Jeremy, we need to get you on the Council of Jeremy sometime. That would be amazing.
I feel like I'm actually one of the Jeremys because I was there when like Jeremy was made, and and the trend started becoming all these Jeremys. I just didn't jump in the fold and become a Jeremy, but I feel like I was really a big part of it,
Did you make a Jeremy?
No, I never made a Jeremy, but I did do the hashtag JerArmy. I don't know if you remember the stream the night we made that up, where
you made that up.
I think I might have been one of the first ones to hashtag it, and then I started tagging it everywhere and pushing it around. So yeah, you can ask Jeremy about it tonight when you see him. Just be like, "Did Sno Dub push hashtag JerArmy?" And he'll be like, "Yeah, that and hashtag FUCK mumble rap."
Oh yeah,
That's another one of my songs that I always tag, but in Tucker Roll,
Yeah, my God, just that's another thing that's a whole stream in and of itself. It's just that's not music. It's like they don't even try. It's like they don't care about what their song is about. They're just like, like imagine if the mumble raps had like the little dot for like sing-alongs, like that Disney one. That's
right.
Just like,
it'd be impossible to do
that. That'd be so lame. But it'd be hilarious.
How would you do those in karaoke?
What?
I said, how would you do those songs in karaoke?
I mean, it would be for all the drunks who can't sing. That's your choices at that point.
Pretty much.
Sandwich says people gonna die in the Area 51 rush mob. Be careful if you're going. I don't think anyone in the Phantom Menace will be there. We're too smart for that BS. Yeah.
Military has big weapons, and they know how to use them.
Oh God, that is just that's a whole. And every time there's another hashtag that comes up, some people put Area 51 memes in it on Twitter now. It's so great. It was so great.
I'm happy for the little towns around that area. They're probably getting a nice little economy, boost from all the people, hanging out and buying all the alien, coffee mugs and T-shirts that they sell out there, and so it's probably great for the small business owners, in that area. They're probably loving it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So another round of that, make a couple bucks.
Yeah, I mean that's probably their whole scheme. It's probably started by one of them.
It probably was.
It's like, let's see if we can get business moving. We'll make Area 51 memes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Come rate it. Don't forget to stop by our store.
Yeah, exactly. David Chilson says, if I remember, there was a Hawaii Five-0 episode that was cut entirely for similar reasons. I'm guessing that is for someone taking their own life. There's a lot of weird edits for television. Like there's a lot of movies that are censored, obviously, But like for a long time, you know, I mean, I understand if like there's like a tragedy, like when 9/11 happened, there was a lot of like SpongeBob was edited because that came out like Home Alone 2 that year. I guess they cut out that shot of the World Trade Center. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds silly now, but then it was just like they couldn't even look at an image. I mean, just those kind of things. I guess I can understand if it's just temporary, but don't give me a home release without it.
Right.
That doesn't make sense at all. This,
Yeah.
you know, there are other comparisons I can make, but I won't go there. Gary North says the Game of Thrones guys have lost any credibility they had left, not showing up to take the fans' criticism. Oh, we're going to be talking about that in just a second.
Right.
Just a second here. CT117 says, would you have a chat on Discord sometime this week? Yes, maybe sometime next week. This week's a little busy, but yeah, I'll get on and chat. I do have a Discord, by the way. I just don't advertise it. I'll probably put it in a tweet sometime. But yeah, that's a nice community we have there. It's pretty cool. Matthew Schroeder says Bugs Bunny episodes where he where he makes fun of of Japanese were banned altogether. Yeah, that I can see why.
There's a lot of cartoons that were banned from back in the day that just had content, especially like the racial ones with Tom and Jerry and stuff.
And he said he watched them pre-ban and thought they were very funny. Oh, I mean, as a kid, like everything's hilarious, but
sure, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, it's just it was a cartoon.
Yeah.
What's Bugs Bunny gonna do? Jump off of the panel?
I think of all the times.
Rabbit.
I think of all the times that Elmer Fudd literally blew Daffy Duck's bill off his head with his shotgun. And you think about it nowadays, it's like, oh my gosh, gun violence. But back then, it was just funny. It was just a funny, campy, shtick that they would do in every cartoon with Elmer Fudd and Daffy. He would blow that bill right off his face. He'd have to go pick it up and put it back on.
It was pretty insane. So I think we're going to get into that topic. By the way, if anyone wants to support the channel, go ahead and go in the link in the description down below. That is my PayPal. Go ahead and donate if you'd like. And if you're just joining us, we are talking about This Week in Bullshit, and we already covered a couple of stories. Abigail Disney going into Disneyland and hearing about employees' working conditions, 13 Reasons Why, and a lot of TV shows and movies editing themselves after the fact. More censorship stuff, and now we're going to get into the juiciest topic.
Oh yeah,
Game of Thrones, Benioff and Weiss. First off, I knew that they were going to have a panel, and I was like, wow, that's pretty bold of them. Then the Emmy nominations came out. They broke the record for the most amount of Emmy nominations for a single television season, 32, and a lot of them in writing and directing, and some of which I have a particular issue with. Just saying.
Speaking of bullshit, there's some right there.
Oh yeah. And I'm not going to bother with talking about all of the the below the line talent, like the stunts or the makeup and hair or whatever. That's whatever they deserve, and the acting as well. They're just doing the best with what they have been given, and that's my opinion. But when it comes to the writing and the directing, that's just a whole joke. And what makes this even better is that after this news came out, I think just yesterday, Benioff and Weiss pulled out of San Diego. They pulled out of San Diego Comic-Con, the whole convention, which is not surprising. Sno Dub, what do you think of all these shenanigans?
I think
what is going on through these guys' heads?
I think they were scared they were going to get caught in the elevator with the wrong people, and get worked over real good by a few fans that really loved Game of Thrones and felt like they needed it. But no, on the serious point there, I think that's exactly what they did. Not obviously getting beat up, but avoiding the fans, because to go out in front of, thousands of people on a panel. And I think even Gary from Nerdrotics mentioned that before that announcement came out that he was going to heckle him. He was going to go up there and give him a couple nasty questions if he could. And he's like, I don't care. It's my last Comic-Con. I'm gonna drill these guys. And I'm like, oh wow, I bet there's a lot of people that feel that way. So no wonder they're not showing up, because they probably sense some hostility. And figured, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, definitely some hostility, and I do not endorse throwing things at people,
Right.
as tempting as it might be. Don't throw tomatoes, please, or anything for that matter. No milkshakes, not around here. Yeah, but
Not even a rotten tomato.
no, save that for somebody else. But when it comes to them, when it comes to just criticism, that's something where you just, as I think Bill Murray said in Kingpin, sometimes you just gotta face the music. And Benioff and Weiss pulled a Bill Murray, and we're like, well, and that day is you.
I love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
Karma is going to start coming back on those guys real soon. You'll see, especially with them trying to take over Star Wars.
yeah. Woo! How long do you think that they can actually avoid this?
Not very long. I guess maybe up till after Episode 9 finally gets put in its grave. We'll have all our focus on them at that point. What they're going to do.
You think so?
They're the next ones to make movies after Episode 9, aren't they? As far as I know.
Yes. Yeah.
At least last that was confirmed. We know Ryan Roundhead, retard Johnson. I think his trilogy is still kind of out in La La Land. I mean, I haven't heard anything confirmed on that. Have you?
What was that? No, I don't really. I haven't heard much from Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, so I don't think he's doing his movies. So I'm guessing Game of Thrones.
I think they. I think they confirmed that. Yeah. Yeah. So you think at that time they'll finally face the music, or
they'll have to, or else they'll have to back out of that too, and not do the movies.
Are they just not going to do panels ever again? Because I know people at the Episode 9 panel, audience didn't get to ask questions. I think it might get to a point where no panel is ever going to have audience Q&A ever. At least the people who are criticized. And that doesn't do any good.
Yeah, well, I think Star Wars Celebration, they're going to have to show up, at least for that,
Well, certainly, but they don't have to actually. Somebody, Teresa Martin, said they were going to. They're going to ring the bell like, shame.
Shame.
That silly little bell that goes off. That's what gets me. Like, shame.
I don't want to see those guys walking through downtown San Diego naked.
I don't either. Disheveled, sure, but not naked.
Right. Yeah, disheveled, definitely. Naked, no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't get time for showers. You just wake up in their hotel room, tell them to put on clothes and just go walk a marathon. I don't know.
Maybe a sign around their neck, saying, I'm sorry I did this to you, Game of Thrones fans.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Reminds me, I think it was a Diary of a Wimpy Kid or something. The older brother is in a band, and I don't know. I guess he wrote something, misogynistic, and his mother tells him to apologize, and he says, "I'm sorry, women." I'm not kidding about that.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, seriously, this is But moving forward, though, how long do you think that they can really do you think they're just gonna keep avoiding this forever, or just?
No. I mean,
when will we get answers?
I don't know if we'll ever get our answers for Game of Thrones, so to speak, but eventually they're going to have to answer for what they did by box office receipts if they try to do anything going forward. Because if they keep avoiding, the people that they shun, so to speak, with what they did, they're not going to pay to see what they do next. Especially if they're not explaining their actions. And season 8 was just a wash off. I mean, all that money dumped into it, and to cut it down to 6 episodes like that,
They have 2 years.
Yeah, they really could have done something big and amazing with that, and instead it felt rushed, and the story felt rushed, and so that's what we got. And now
I agree 100%. And before you go on, Matthew Schroeder donated $25. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate that.
Cool.
Said, in my couch, popcorn, pistachios. I don't know what. I don't know what that means. Are there popcorn and pistachios in your couch, Matt?
He's looking for spare change, and that's what he found.
All right, here you go. I appreciate that very much. And thank you, Miss, for pushing the PayPal. I very much appreciate it, which is in the description down below. Thomas Gilkey, also I got to give a shout out to him. He also donated about a week ago. Thank you very much, Thomas Gilkey. If you're out there, or if you watch this later, I greatly appreciate that.
Much love to Thomas. He's a good guy.
He's probably one of the most supportive members, another supportive member of the Fandom Menace. He's probably the most loyal that I can think of. He's such a great guy.
But much props to Miss in the chat. She's doing a great job. She said something about giving her cookies. What are cookies? I'm kind of an old man, so.
Cookies? Yeah. Oh no, I didn't mean actual cookies. I don't think that's slang for anything. That was a joke with the Anna accounts. When that was a thing. With the whole it. Because I guess Anna really likes cookies, so so they made an Anna cookie thief account or something, and that's the recurring joke. It's just you want a cookie or something.
Gotcha. Okay, cookies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not weird slang internet cookies. Nothing confusing.
Right. Or street language, which would be probably some crack rock. So I don't know what she wants.
I wasn't even gonna think of that, but thank you for reminding me.
Thanks for having me on the stream, proper.
Oh, absolutely. It was nice knowing you. Bye.
I gotta go now.
Michael Brent says, don't forget that X-Men, the animated series, the Disney villain TV series, and Oswald animated series is coming to Disney Plus. I knew about, is that Oswald the lucky rabbit, what Disney took back from iWorks or something? Yeah, the guy stole his character pretty much, and then he made a new one, Mickey Mouse, and it's all good from there on out.
Yeah. Huh.
I think there was no regret to be had there. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely things on Disney Plus to look forward to. But going back to Game of Thrones with Benioff Weiss, they may not be here this weekend, but someone who is going to be here, the guy who played Jaime Lannister, Nikolaj. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the guy who played Jaime Lannister, he's going to be there. And he said something very interesting about, let me see if I can pull up this article. It's something that kind of got swept under the rug, I'm guessing because of the Emmys talks and everything. But are you familiar with this? But here's what he said. Sno Dub, let me know if you've heard of this. He says that the Game of Thrones Season 8 backlash is, quote unquote, kind of silly. I guess some parts of it is. I mean, but let's. I haven't actually read through this article, so let's read this together, shall we?
Let's take a look.
This comes from Deadline. Let me just share with y'all real quick. Boom. All right, let's take a look into this. All right, so go away. Nick Coster Waldo says Game of Thrones Season 8, Backers is kind of silly, and this is July 15th, the day before the whole Emmy things. Yeah, that was all fun.
Right.
So, I think that might have been the same day. Huh. Crazy, huh? How that works. He was joined by fellow Westeros citizens at, I guess they're doing a victory lap from its 8th and final season, which will no doubt will culminate this weekend at Comic-Con. Yeah, it will. When asked about the final season and the backlash it received, he had a couple of thoughts. He says, this happens every season. We're so lucky to be a part of a show where people care so much about it that you also get upset when it doesn't go the way you want it to. And that's fantastic, and I love it. And I love that there was an online petition to have it rewritten. Okay, so, I mean, sounds good so far. Seems like, he agrees in some way. It's just a lot of fun. I don't see where he thinks it's silly. Maybe
Right.
we'll see. He says, the only thing I'll say is that for anyone to imagine or to think that the two creators of the show are not the most passionate, the greatest, the most invested of all, and to for a second think that they didn't spend the last 10 years thinking about how they were going to end it is kind of silly. And also know that they too read the comments. And even though you sit on your own and go, fucking stupid writers, assholes, this is exactly what we're thinking, by the way. So some of us, they really like everyone on Game of Thrones, and there are thousands. We worked our asses off to make the best show we could for the ending. Well, this is where, okay, he said, it isn't the first Game of Thrones actor to express his feelings. Sophie Turner did. We all know about that. But yeah, what do you think about his take on this, Sno Dub?
Oh, I think he's sitting back, counting all his money that he made over the last 8 years and just laughing at everybody. It's kind of the gist I get from it. I don't think he really cares, It's kind
You
of
think
sad.
any of them really do?
Probably not. The only one that seemed to really get distraught over the whole thing was what's his name, who plays Jon Snow? Rehab and all that. But the rest of them, like I said, they're counting checks. God, that last season, those main characters were getting a couple, I think a couple million per episode at that point. So I mean, granted, we'd love we'd love for him to go back and fix season 8. We know it's never going to happen, and so do the actors. So at this point, they're what else can they do but really laugh about it? Because if they get too distraught and freak out about it, it's just going to bring a bunch of attention to something that's never going to happen anyway. I guess R.R. Martin actually said that because of the backlash, he's not changing anything about his books. He says his books are still going to be the way that he planned to finish them. So
if he finishes them,
yeah, if he lives that long, right?
yeah, that's the only trouble there, I think. But
okay,
yeah, I mean, I completely agree. There's and why would they do anything? Why would they? Why would Jaime Lannister care at this point? And like to what degree? What degree of, I guess? Well, here's a question I've been thinking about for a while. At what point do you think, because we're kind of in this, like being in the part of the fandom menace also comes with that idea sometimes that, it's just, we're all about, negativity, which isn't the truth. We just want things to be better. So we're critical of it. At least that's how I see it. But at what point do you think like a backlash against a beloved series or season or a movie franchise, at what point have you noticed, does it, where do you draw the line exactly? Like what is, legit criticism, and how far do you take it exactly?
Well, you mean as far as like movies and TV shows and
No, I mean backlash, like a fan backlash, because this all kind of started, because a lot of us didn't like The Last Jedi.
right.
I noticed a lot of people, were all very critical of it. We say like, no, Rian Johnson, you suck, probably not to his face, but, definitely screaming, just like, why? Those kind of things. But,
Yeah.
but at what point do you think it goes too far? Have you ever noticed that?
Too far for us or too far for them?
Oh, no, too far from, if you're a part of the backlash. At what point do you draw the line?
Well, I guess it just depends on how passionate you are about the project that you're backlashing against. Some people were very dedicated to the Game of Thrones, and my sister Megs, I kind of wish she could have made it to this, but she would have been a great person to jump on this because she was, in love with that show. She actually named one of her children Khaleesi.
Really?
Kind of show, yeah.
Wow.
So it showed, yeah. That's Callie. That's the youngest, and right. So that shows you she's a dedicated fan there, and the way that last season turned out just crushed her. And she has all these toys and stuff that's still kind of sitting on the wall. And she's told me on a couple occasions where she's been like, I just want to burn it. I just want to burn it and rid my life of it now. And I'm like, wow, it's that bad. And I've had thoughts of that too with Star Wars, and it's like, oh man, I just want to throw everything in the trash and just give up on it. But like I said, if you're passionate, and you got a lot of love for at least what started out, maybe not how it ended, but what started out to be your passion, you tend to hang on to those things. So I'm a great example of that. I still have a lot of vintage Star Wars toys. Speaking of which, let's get the
Yeah, that also comes with just fandom in general. If you care about something enough, you're going to be devastated when something that is just not just something that you don't like, because there are things that that you don't necessarily like. Hey, what's up, Jolly?
Yeah, see, we got a nice vintage collection back here. Star Wars toys. Got the Slave One, got Snow Speeder, got Tauntaun there. Love the toys, man. Love the toys.
Oh, that's
So
like you gave him a hand, like with the glove.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's my arm, man. Long arm.
Never noticed the hand though. Very creative.
Yeah, well, it's only got 3 fingers on it, so it's kind of don't work too well.
Oh, it's like a Yoda hand.
Yeah, I can kind of wave at you. Yeah, that's about it. But it works.
Well, I mean, I know there are puppets that can I guess there's some mechanics that you can just grab onto things. Just it's okay.
Yeah,
at the Oscars, if you ever saw it, Kermit the Frog couldn't open the envelope.
No.
Have you seen that one?
Yes, I have. That was Jim Henson actually that did that. Well, they got puppets too that sometimes the arm is an actual sleeve with the glove in it, so the puppeteer can use the other arm with his arm inside of it. That's like Ralph, the piano player from the Muppets.
Yeah, Ernie.
Ernie. Yep. That's another one. So and
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, and then you got your full suited ones like Big Bird, where there's a person actually up inside there, and he's got his arm all the way up into the top of the neck there, and he's looking at a TV screen in like Big Bird's chest.
Yeah. Somebody said on it was like a TV show or something, to tell the truth, and there were three guys there. One of them was Carol Spinney, the guy who actually plays Big Bird. And then there were 2 other guys on there. One of them said, oh yeah, you can see out of it because of one feather missing. Like, you're not fooling anyone, pal.
Right.
There's no way that you could just see through that thing with just one feather. That's not enough. That's not reliable.
No, there's actually a TV screen inside the puppet that shows like a camera, angle, so you can see, yeah.
Or the monitors or something, and that's got to be confusing. Right. That's got to be so confusing.
I suppose you get used to it, after a while. But yeah, right off the bat, it would have been kind of weird.
Oh yeah, Big Bird, not for me. Kermit, maybe. You know, that'd be all right. I could do that. Just like hi all, and just move the little Chinese. I don't know what are they called.
You're good there, Jerry.
What are they called? The snippy things. God.
Snippy.
Oh my gosh! Sorry,
Don't
don't tell me. I'm not seeing it yet. People are gonna crucify me. They're like, you don't know what chopsticks. It's like you don't know what chopsticks are. Like, what are they called? The snippy things.
Chopsticks. Funny.
Snippy things. What is wrong with me?
Snippy things? Oh man, the samurai would chop you up in Japan for that. You know, they'd be like, "Snippy thing, you dishonor me. You dishonor my code."
We need to flip out in here immediately. Oh my God! Kermit the Log says circumcised with chopsticks.
Circumcised with chopsticks. Now it's getting interesting.
Miss says yes or no. Would you do Kermit? He's a puppet. That'd be unethical.
Is he talking to you? I hope he's talking to you.
Miss.
Miss said that.
Do you want me to do it? If she's talking about impression, like, hi, old Kermit the Frog here. Today I am with Jolly. Hi, Jolly. How are you?
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
So it's a nice day. Piggy didn't wake me up early this morning. The rooster did. He's annoying. I've been telling Gonzo to take care of that. I don't know. I could work on the improv, but you know, there's some things that just characters just don't say that would just throw it off immediately. But yeah, there was something that Ham Sandwich said a little bit ago. That was a while ago. Thinking about the ending for 10 years is a lot different than execution, which is everything, and that's where they drop the ball. For Game of Thrones, absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that there's this has nothing to do, by the way, with the cast or most of the crew, except the ones who were responsible for the water bottle, which I bet was an actor, and somebody just screwed up. They thought it was behind their leg. It wasn't. Maybe it was a hot day. I don't know. More offensive was the Starbucks cup. Come on.
Yeah, that was lazy.
I think that was the nail in the coffin for me.
That was just lazy.
Yep. Yeah, and both of those episodes were nominated, I think, for Best Directing. I'm like, no, if it was the Best Directing, there would be no Starbucks cup, now would it? And I think that's what it all comes down to.
There better not be any Best Editing awards in there. That's for sure.
Oh, let me see. Let me surprise you here. Let's take a look, because I am at okay, go away thing. All right, I am at the Emmys website right now, and some of the categories, picture editors. All right, that's the category. Single camera for a drama series, and that is Game of Thrones is for 3 episodes. For I guess editing.
No.
Do you want to take a look at these nominations?
Wow. This is ridiculous.
You want to take a look at some of them? Let's go ahead. Let's jump into it. Let's take a look. Are you ready to do this with me?
Let's do it. Let's shall. Hashtag let's shall.
All right. Whoops. Let's try that again. All right. Let's go. All right, so outstanding. I love how they said outstanding single camera picture editing for a drama series. For Game of Thrones, Winterfell, The Long Night, and The Iron Throne. Winterfell, I think that was one of the first 2 episodes. That's fine, right. I guess. Was that the first one or the second?
I think first one. First or second.
You know, those 2. Did you have any problems with those?
No, I was on board all the way through 3. You know, I was okay with Arya killing the Night King at first, but I thought we'd have a better explanation of it.
Yeah, or at least like some sort of explanation at all.
Right.
Yeah, or something to follow up the Night King's anything.
Yeah, I was still on board. up there, when a lot of people started saying, I hated how dark that episode was, but I was still on board, because I didn't really care about the Night King in that part of the story as much as other people did.
Yeah, it wasn't even dark anything thematically. It was just couldn't see the damn thing.
Right. It was just terrible.
So I have a problem with. That's why I probably have the most issues with that episode. But that's just me. Yeah, episode 1, 3, and 6. Yeah, this is pretty shocking. What other categories do you want to see?
This just makes me sad. It's
lighting.
Like
lighting, unfortunately, that's not for. I don't think that's for. That's not Game of Thrones, but. Which one do you want to see?
Kit Harington for Best Actor. McQueen.
Oh yeah,
McQueen.
He is for Best Actor. Oh, you think his acting was bad?
It was bad. This season it was bad this season.
Very much. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be Game of Thrones without that.
Yeah.
And the actress, Emilia Clarke, I think she was fine, wasn't she? She did well with what she was given.
Yeah. I mean, it's too bad that, she was given such a quick turnaround, from good queen to mad queen or whatever. That was another one of the big problems. They needed more episodes to really stretch out her character in that turn.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Oh my God, Stig said, what is long, green, wet, and smells of pork? Kermit's finger.
Yeah, there's some sexual innuendos going on in that chat right now with puppets. You got a lot of puppet fetishes going on in there.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Matthew Schroeder says, would you rather Kermit or Miss Piggy? Oh God, neither, please. But if I had to choose the two, Kermit probably. I don't know. Yay! The Night King got his name because he married a female White Walker. The White Walkers came before the Night King, ergo the Night King could not have made the White Walkers. Rotten writing. Yeah, you're right, Stig. Rotten writing. And there's a guy named Mexican Iron Man who's just laughing.
Mexican Iron Man's the one that hooked up Doomcock with all those pictures the other day, I think, of Galaxy's Edge, showing how empty it was. And that was really? That was just this last Saturday. That's the same guy. If that's you, Mexican Iron Man, I thanks a lot. I appreciate those pictures.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yep, he confirms that is him.
Yep. Very nice.
Ham Sandwich says, great investigative journalism, dude. I agree. A ham sandwich agrees with you. That's one of the highest forms of compliments.
Yeah, it's always good. Yep. I appreciate a ham sandwich.
Yes, and thank you, Ham Sandwich, for staying longer. He says, yeah, man, I got a video. I'll send you all the links if you guys want in the DM. Everybody, whoever has Mexican Iron Man on Twitter, go ahead and DM me his or Mexican Iron Man. Why don't you DM me on Twitter? I want to follow you. It's literally at Mexican Iron Man. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out.
Much love, Mexican Iron Man. I'll make sure to add you on mine too if I haven't already. I think I have you though. I think I already following him.
All right. Well, you're gonna get another follower today. So yeah, best outstanding writing for a drama series, The Iron Throne. That's terrific. Jesus, like the worst episodes. But the finale is gonna get a lot of love. Like that, The Last of the Starks. Why is The Last of the Starks on there? Wait, that was the Starbucks coffee episode. Last of the Starbucks. That's what Starks.
Oh yeah.
This whole time. Did you know that?
Makes sense.
Just Starks. That's where he got it from. George R. R. Martin was at Starbucks. It's just like, I'll call it the Starks. Yeah, good. That'll work.
There's the water bottle too in the last episode. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, that one nominated as well. Best directing, outstanding directing. Oh, geez. Let's.
Not so much.
Let's see. Cinematography. I guess. Would that kind of count? Choreography. All right, let's go check this out. Cinematography single camera. Yep. It's just for the Iron Throne. Okay. At least it wasn't for the Long Night. That I would have some issues with. But no, that one shot of Emilia Clarke in the last episode was great with the wings.
Yeah, no, there's some good scenes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there was some beautiful cinematography. There really was. The shot of Ariel and the white horse at the end of, what was it, episode 5, I think. That I really love that scene. I thought it was beautiful. Didn't really make a lot of sense, that this random horse was alive walking through, but the cinematography, the angle of the shot and how it was kind of slowed down a little bit, it was beautiful. It's gorgeous. So I mean, I'll never take that away from Game of Thrones. They know how to make stuff look really cool.
Yes, they know how to make a turd shine.
Definitely shine turds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that's not shoe shining at the airports. All right, so Anthony Aguirre says I'll catch up later, but I can give you a like right now proper. Well, thank you, Anthony. I greatly appreciate that. Stickanobi says Jaime and Cersei died when the roof collapsed. The throne room was the room above them, as shown in previous seasons. In the next episode, the floor of the throne room was just fine. Writing and continuity 101.
Terrible. That's the stupidest scene ever.
There's nothing you could do at this point but just laugh.
Right.
Am I correct on this? Like, is there anything else that we can do in this world that we have in this week in bullshit? Is there anything else that you can do besides laugh, like this video, subscribe both to me and Sno Dub, Music and Entertainment, as well as Megs. Links are in the description down below. But yeah, I mean, should we even bother being invested in shows anymore?
It's sad. I was just talking to Megs the other day. We have been devoted Walking Dead fans since the very first season. And they've really butchered that show the last couple seasons, and it's gotten worse and worse. And, they usually do a brand new Comic-Con trailer every year, for Walking Dead. And this is the first year I'm not excited for it. So, it's like things just keep getting worse. And I don't know. I mean, like Ash vs. Evil Dead was a big favorite show of mine. They canceled that after 3 seasons. Gone. It's really getting hard to invest into these shows anymore. When you do find one you like, they cancel it or they pervert it some way, So it's like, you're right. Why should we even invest our damn time? So that's why a lot of us are on YouTube now, just checking each other's content and watching each other's videos, because at least we know it's real, and at least we know what we're gonna get. I'm gonna try to subvert our expectations.
Yeah, try to surpass them.
Or try to change our name into Proper Jenny or something crazy like that.
That name is forbidden to be spoken of. That name is no
talking about you.
I was
speaking in general.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and Miss Sarcastic Art, thank you so much for being such an excellent mod today. Spartan Jeremy says you did a great job on D&D, by the way. Yeah, Miss, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you to each and every single one of you who are in the chat. I think we're about to wrap it up, but we have one more quick story, Sno Dub, that you talked about before we went live.
Yeah.
The Terminator Dark Fate panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Apparently Edward Furlong is back as John Connor.
Well, that's what I hear. I guess James Cameron announced it at the panel today, and I'm, for one, kind of interested. That actually made me more interested in the movie again.
It definitely sparked my interest. Beforehand, it said that it was said before, it was reported that Furlong's 1991 is facial likeness from Terminator 2 will be used in flashback scenes through the use of CGI and Terminator Dark Fate. However, the panel it was said that he would be returning to reprise his role entirely. But the problem is we haven't seen anything from Edward Furlong or John Connor in the trailers or anything.
No.
So I am curious, to what capacity do you think he'll be involved in it? Do you think it's just going to be flashbacks and that's it? Is he going to be dead? Well, what do you thought?
I hope not. I hope they don't bring him back just to kill him off. You know, pull a Han Solo on us. Yeah, you know, and that's the way these movies kind of go. Like, I would be surprised if they kill off Sarah Connor at the end of this movie. You know, to kind of put a cap on her character finally. Yeah, just bring these old characters back just to kill them, just like, you know, they're probably going to do to Billy D. Williams, you know, in the new Star Wars. Chewbacca, I'm starting to hear rumors about Chewbacca is going to get offed in this next one. So I hope that's not what they're doing, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, I have heard that Lando and Chewie, you know, how they're in the Falcon in the trailer. I heard that's going to be the last shot. But that doesn't make any sense. Because why would Star Wars ever put in the final scene in their trailer? It never happened.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
So damn disappointing. It's just like, really? You already gave away the ending? Like, that would be... But this is the world we live in.
I know.
Oh, God. They'll pull a Castaway and just reveal everything in the trailers. This is great. Anyways, that is the bullshit for this week. I guarantee you that after San Diego Comic-Con, we are not anywhere close to the end of bullshit this week. There's going to be a lot more this weekend. Yeah, and I have a 3-hour drive to get onto here in a few minutes. And I still have, Jeremy, I still have no location for where we're meeting. So tell me, let me know. Oh, by the way, everyone, I saw The Lion King last night, and I'm going to post a review immediately after this, couple minutes after this stream ends. Go ahead and go watch that review because it's funny and I liked it.
All right. We'll check it out. Yeah. We'll definitely check it out. Check out your Lion King review. You're going to post it right now?
Yep, I'm going to post it. I'm actually going to, we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Woo! Exciting.
Let's see this. Oh, yeah. The thumbnail is not done, though. I was literally uploading this as we were talking, as we were on the air. But that'll be out right afterwards. But we're going to close out here. Sno Dub, music and entertainment. Thank you for coming on once again. Let the people know what you got going on.
Well, thank you for having me, Proper. It's good to finally be on your channel, and much love to everybody in the chat there, especially you, Miss. Appreciate all your help. And, you know, we got Megs recovering finally, and we're going to get back to work on the Jolly and Meg show and get back to reviews. And I think we got a stream coming up here pretty soon with some bigger channels that I'm pretty excited about. So, yeah, big stuff coming over here, and just keep growing and just keep pushing everybody. By the way, make sure you tell Jeremy, you better stop in Tucson on the way back or I'm throwing a banana peel at his mom's soccer van that he's driving around.
His mom's soccer van? What's wrong with a soccer van?
You're supposed to bring the Z.
Supposed to bring the Z car this time around?
Yes, he told everybody he's going to bring the Z car, and at last minute, he shows up in the soccer van.
Are you serious? Like, he actually drove the soccer car?
Well, that's what it looks like. I can't quite tell what it is, but it looks like a soccer van from the inside of it. Like a mom's soccer car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can tell if it's the Z car or not.
Oh, it's definitely not the Z car. Nope. So I was giving a bunch of. He was driving right past where I live, Tucson, Arizona, like literally the highway. I could throw a rock at it, right? So he's driving right past me, and I'm texting him or twittering him, and I'm like, hey man, stop, I'll buy a burger or something. He's like, oh, I'll get you on the way back, man. I'll see you on the way back. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna throw a Mario Kart banana peel at your tire if you keep going this time. So
Right. Well, anyways, guys, my name is Proper Jeremy. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat, for joining. And by the way, you can go and watch my new video that I am just premiering right now.
Lion King. Yeah.
Right now, my Lion King review will be premiering. Go ahead. Notification should pop up just now. But if somehow your notifications are not turned on, let me just help you out right here. Here is the link to the video. Go ahead and watch that. Thank you all so much for liking the stream, for subscribing to the channel, and as always, the link for my PayPal, if you want to support the channel, is in the description down below. Make sure you leave a like before you leave. And as always, my name is Prof. Jeremy, and have a great day.
Tuck and roll.